The topic of love was forced on me by my wife some 20 years ago during a really hard time in our marriage and our family's life. One night we were going to bed, and as we were walking up the steps, my wife said to me, "Do you love me?" And I said, "Yes, I love you." And then she asked me at the top of the steps, "Do you love me?" And I thought, "What's going on? I just thought you wanted reassurance." And then she asked me a third time, "Do you love me?" And at that point I got irritated because I realized she didn't want reassurance. She was doubting if I loved her. Her question began to sit on my mind. And for the next month, my prayers went from kind of gritting my teeth, "God help me to love my wife," to kind of a quieter, "God help me to love my wife," to even a quieter, "God, would you show me what love is?" And that began a 20-year journey of exploring, understanding, and falling in love with the idea of love. One of the key things at the heart of that was discovering the biblical idea of Hesed love. The idea of Hesed love, it combines two ideas, the idea of love and commitment. So in other words, my love for you is not based on you. It's a setting of the will to love, regardless of how you respond to me, and even, remarkably, of how I feel. I'm fascinated with the idea of Hesed love because it offers several promises. One is that it can unmask the frames that the culture has given us, where we're unwittingly breathe kind of the air of this world. One of the things in modern culture that is just sort of the spirit of the age is the preservation of freedom. But the very nature of love is to narrow the life. It limits the person. And that does a couple things. One is it just strips your ego. It's just self dies in the activity of love. But probably the best thing is that it draws you into union with Christ. And you get to taste God in the activity of loving. And that's probably one of the weakest parts of our tradition, if we've lost this sense, is that you get to know God through the activity of loving. And by far, that is the best part of love. In our world that has almost entirely lost its way with love, people are in difficult situations, feeling hopeless and feeling trapped. And studying the work of love really offers the promise of both joy and hope in the journey.